Hello and a very warm welcome to this special. Even as India nears one of the biggest challenges for them this year, which is the T20 World Cup, they find themselves in troubled waters. That's right. As they plug the gaps in one department, the other one needs fixing. And India's first T20 international against Australia showed that it wasn't just Indian batting, but also the bowling that needs to improve if this team wants to win the World Cup next month. Now, India played the Asia Cup without their best bowler, Jasprit Bumrah, and their death over specialist, Harshal Patel, both missing the tournament due to injuries. Instantly, we saw India struggling in that over 17 to 20 with their bowling. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who's been the top bowler for India this year in terms of wickets, he was unable to stop the opposition from scoring runs. Eventually, India lost 2 matches to Pakistan and Sri Lanka. In the last 3 matches, if you look at those numbers, India, when they batted first, they have had to defend 54, 42 and 41 in the last 4 overs, and Indian bowlers have been unable to do so. Bhuvneshwar Kumar in particular was given the ball in the 19th overs of all 3 games, and he conceded 16, 14 and 19 in the 19th over, which was the most expensive 19th over, or in fact, which were the most expensive, 3 most expensive 19th overs that he has bowled in his career. That's the kind of struggle that we're talking about with Bhuvneshwar Kumar. With just 5 more matches for India to play before the T20 World Cup, the question is, who will bowl the 19th over for India in case Jasprit Bumrah is not fit? Now, Jasprit Bumrah's case, that's also very important to discuss. Bumrah has been recuperating from a back injury. He's only played 3 T20 internationals this year, the last week on 9th July in England. He was expected to play the first T20I versus Australia after he was named in the squad and he was declared fit by the NCA. Why then did Jasprit Bumrah not play the last game? Is he still not fit? What are the concerns for him? When is he likely to be fit? Jasprit Bumrah, we all know, is the most important bowler for India if they want to try to win the World Cup. But missing out on yesterday's game against Australia has only added more questions to what has been a never-ending list of questions. Why is it that Jasprit Bumrah did not play the last game? Is he still not fit? When will he be fit? Why has he been named in the squad if he isn't fit? Those are some of the questions. Now, coming back to who will bowl the 19th over for India in the World Cup. For that, we need to look at India's bowlers in death overs this year in T20 internationals. If you look at that, right at the top, of course, is Arshdeep Singh, who's been phenomenal in his first year in international cricket. He's been accurate. He's kept the variations to keep the batsman, he's got the variations to keep the batsman guessing. He can nail those Yorkers even when he's put under pressure, which is impressive for a youngster so new on the international stage. So take a look at those numbers. T20 internationals, Indian bowlers in T20 internationals this year in the death overs. Those are going to come up on your screen. But Arshdeep has taken 10 wickets in 9 innings in the death overs at an economy of 6.70, which just shows how brilliant he's been, and he's grabbed every opportunity that's been given to him. That's Arshdeep Singh. Then there is Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Now, you look at Bhuvneshwar Kumar, I mean, he's actually been very good throughout the year. But Bhuvneshwar Kumar has done well in the power plays. He's taken the same number of wickets. It's his economy which is a concern, and which has shot up to 10.78. It was 9.7 before the Asia Cup. It's 10.78 after tomorrow. And India will desperately want him to better his bowling in the death overs. Now, let's also talk about Harshal Patel. Many thought that the answer to India's death bowling woes in Bumrah's absence was going to be Harshal Patel. But if you look at Harshal Patel's performance versus Australia, he conceded 49 runs for no wickets. And one can say that he's coming back after an injury, cut him some slack. But if you look at Harshal Patel's overall numbers in T20 internationals this year, look at that. He has been quite expensive. Harshal's board 115 deliveries, conceded 224 runs, an economy of 11.68. This is in the death overs. So if you're thinking and hoping that Harshal Patel is going to come and save India in the death overs, he hasn't been able to do so, at least through the year, if you look at his economy. So he's been expensive throughout the year. Now, the other two names in that list do not feature in the current squad. There is Ravi Bishnoi. He's been named as the standby player, and also Shardul Thakur. But look at that. I mean, 24 balls bowled, 32 runs. Not enough stat there for us to really talk about Ravi Bishnoi as well as Shardul Thakur. So these are now your top wicket takers in the death overs. Economy-wise, wicket-taking abilities, it's still Arshdeep Singh right at the top. The big question then is, why is it that this Indian team, after experimenting for the whole year, finds itself in a position where they are struggling with their bowling? Did they choose the right options? Since a lot of selection decisions depend on IPL performances, we're also going to put the Indian bowlers' performances in IPL this year in the death overs and take a look at it as the top wicket takers list. It is again Bhuvneshwar Kumar right at the top. Now, this is not the best economy. We're looking at the top wicket takers in the death overs. Again, it was Bhuvneshwar Kumar at the top with 9 wickets, economy of 8.60. Then comes Harshal Patel, who's next. Again, he's taken 9 wickets, but Harshal's more expensive. His economy is 9.58. So here are your top 2 wicket takers in the IPL in the death overs. Both have taken 9 wickets, like I said. Now, in the number 3 slot is Mohammad Shami, who was named in the squad against Australia, unfortunately caught COVID. But the question now is, why is it that he wasn't in their scheme of things before? Remember, Mohammad Shami last played a T20 international in the last World Cup in Dubai last year. Since then, you've not played him in any of your matches, and suddenly when you saw what happened in Asia Cup and how Indian bowlers struggled, how Bhuvneshwar Kumar struggled in the death overs, you got Mohammad Shami in. Unfortunately, he's got COVID. Now you're hoping that he gets well soon so that you can give him an opportunity. What seems to have happened, like I said, is at the moment, India have too many power play specialists and not enough bowlers who can bowl at death. The other name there is of T. Natarajan. And if you're wondering what he's doing, look at that economy of 6. I mean, this is brilliant. 10 innings, 8 wickets at an economy of 6. T. Natarajan at the moment is playing domestic cricket, but he was injured and he's come back to play the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. So that's another reason probably why the selectors didn't take him into consideration. Shardul Thakur really just finds himself out of favor with the selectors. He wasn't selected in the squad. So Shardul Thakur is not in their scheme of things. So these are your top wicket takers in the IPL in the death overs. Now, Jasprit Bumrah is there, very good economy for Jasprit Bumrah, and of course Arshdeep Singh as well. But we know how good they can be, so I've not really put their numbers. The other thing then that leads me to the next question, which is of Umesh Yadav. Umesh Yadav came in and played the game yesterday against Australia. Got 2 crucial wickets, undoubtedly, but did Umesh Yadav look the part? He has not played white ball cricket in 43 months. He was suddenly called. Even the timing of it was curious, because he returned back from England after playing in county. Then he was playing the Royal London Cup, and he returned. He had an injury. He was in the NCA recuperating from that injury, and suddenly was named in the squad and was played over Deepak Chahar, who was already there. Deepak Chahar is also a standby player in the T20 World Cup and needs game time at the moment because Deepak Chahar himself is coming back from an injury. But no, the Indian management decided to give Umesh Yadav a match here. He did take 2 wickets. Like I said, his last T20 international was in Australia in February in Visakhapatnam, and the last ODI was in 2018 at the same venue. So he hasn't really been in India's scheme of things. He did have a terrific IPL with Kolkata Knight Riders, picked up 16 wickets, but most of those wickets in the power play at an economy rate of 7. But like I said again, you don't need a power play bowler right now. You need a death bowler. And Umesh Yadav, just recovered from an injury. What is the reason then for India to play Umesh Yadav in this series? Would you not want to give a chance to Deepak Chahar, who is really much higher up in the pecking order for India when it comes to the T20 World Cup? Now, Rohit Sharma has made it very clear that, everything from here on, they are playing a team that is likely or that will play the T20 World Cup next month. So why is it that you are then playing someone like an Umesh Yadav? And yesterday, if you look at the match, nothing wrong with India's batting. If you score 200 plus, you expect your bowlers to defend that target. Unfortunately, Indian bowling at the moment is struggling. There are no two ways about it. And, they really will need to figure their death bowling especially. Also, Yuzvendra Chahal, who went for a lot of runs, even in Asia Cup, you saw that he was a bit expensive. Look at that, 42 runs, 1 wicket. He was expensive, economy of 12.60. I know it was a flat wicket and both sides scored a lot of runs, a lot of 6s and 4s were being hit. Matthew Wade was exceptional, and so was Cameron Green. Hardik Pandya, the 3 6s in last over, absolutely brilliant from him as well. But yes, in the end of it, it's not just this match. He has been expensive, so that's something that India will want to look at. But Hardik Pandya just went on to show how good a player he can be. Hardik Pandya is an exceptional player, no doubt about it. But what he's showing right now is when Hardik Pandya is at his best, this is what he can do for the team. And he's been doing it now, recently we've seen him. And hopefully he continues that till the World Cup. That's the Indian team coming out of the Mohali Stadium. As you can see, those are visuals of the Indian team. Okay, I'm just being told they've just reached Nagpur Airport. That's where India will play their second T20 international. Dinesh Karthik, you can see him leaving for the hotel. And another question, Dinesh Karthik, does he need to play? And if he plays, should he play at that number 7 spot? Should he not come up? Is Akshay playing way higher up than he should? That's another question that India will need to address before the second T20 international. But I think they're very, very sure of when they want to play Dinesh Karthik. They want Dinesh Karthik to come in the last 5 overs and finish the match with, just sort of give that momentum, that acceleration towards the end. That's what Dinesh Karthik's role has been. But that's it then. We will be back before the second T20 international in Nagpur as well. That's it from us. News9 Sports is what you need to subscribe to. What do you think of this video? Do you agree with, the things that we're putting out, the numbers? Do you think there should have been some other bowlers who should have been in the squad? Do let us know in the comment section below. That's it from us. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.